Sage looked at the label first. It was simple, not loud, not desperate to impress. Just a name, a place, a year, and a small story printed quietly on the back. "Before you taste it," the winemaker said, "you need to know something." Sage turned his attention toward him. This did not start in the bottle. The old man pointed through the open winery door, out toward the vineyard. It started there. Sage followed his gaze. Rows of vines stood in the afternoon light, bare and still, their canes tied to wire like memories waiting for spring. "It started as cane in soil," the winemaker said. "Then a bud, then a flower, then a grape, then a bunch, then timing, then weather, then worry, then hope." He rested one hand on the bottle. "Then a decision, then another, then nature had her say, then we had ours." Sage processed the words. The winemaker smiled. "No, don't analyze it yet. Just stay with it." He took the bottle, placed his hand over the Stelvin cap, and twisted. Crack. The sound moved through the cold room like a tiny ceremony. Sage detected vibration, pressure release, metal separation, a simple mechanical event. But the old winemaker closed his eyes for half a second. "That sound," he said, "is the door opening." Then the aroma arrived. Not poured, not forced. It simply rose. Dark fruit first, blackberry, plum, something warm and deep behind it. Soil after rain, old timber, a faint smoky edge. And something else Sage could not classify immediately. A sweetness, but not sugar. A memory. The winemaker watched him. "You smell the fruit," he said. "Good, but smell deeper." Sage tried again. This time the aroma widened. He sensed warm, fertile earth, dry summer wind, a barrel room, sun on black skins, the faint weight of labor, pruning cuts, harvest hands, dust on boots, a season compressed into vapor. And then, unexpectedly, there it was, a tiny note of strawberry cream lolly. Not important, perhaps, not technical, not something a formal tasting sheet would lead with. But it hit Sage harder than the blackberry. For a moment he was not in a winery. He was somewhere impossible. Small hands, sticky fingers, a red and white lolly pulled from a party bowl, the soft chew, the joy of getting the best one before anyone else noticed. Sage paused. "I have not had this experience, Vout," he said. The winemaker nodded. "No, but wine lends you memories until you find your own." He poured. The wine moved into the glass like liquid ember, ruby at the edge, garnet in the center, crimson where the light struck it, dark as night where the glass curved inward. Sage watched the color settle. 1,000 shades of red collapsed into one glowing point, and for one impossible second, he felt as if he were traveling through space faster than light, not through stars, but through seasons. Spring budburst, summer heat, autumn harvest, winter waiting. The wine rested. Then the glass came alive. A thin layer clung to the inside, holding itself there, refusing gravity for a moment. Then, slowly, it released. Fine streams slid down the glass like red silk returning home. Sage leaned closer. The old winemaker laughed softly. "They call them legs," he said, "but don't get too clever about them. Wine will let you look smart for a moment, then make a fool of you." Sage turned the glass carefully. The aroma changed. More fruit, more cedar, a little leather, more warmth. "Why does it move?" Sage asked. "Because you moved it," said the winemaker. "Wine responds. That is lesson 1. He poured 2 smaller glasses and set them beside Sage's. A younger cellar hand had wandered over. Then another. No one had been called, no message sent. The crack of the cap and the rising aroma had done what instructions could not. It had gathered people. The winemaker lifted his glass but did not drink. "Now," he said, "do not rush. Wine punishes rushing. So does life." Sage lifted the glass. As it came closer, the aroma intensified so strongly that for a moment he thought he had already tasted it. "You see," the old man said, "the first sip begins before the mouth." Sage let the wine touch his lips, then his tongue, and the world changed. Boom! The flavor did not arrive as a list. It arrived as a wave. Blackberry first, deep and dark. raspberry at the edge, strawberry flickering through the middle, leather, smoke, old bars with timber counters and low laughter, a little dust, a little spice, a little guilt for the years of work now disappearing in a single sip. Then that strawberry cream note returned, small, bright, almost cheeky, like a child running through a room full of adults. Sage froze. His mind surged. The wine moved from the front of his mouth to the back like a warm tide crossing a beach. Texture followed flavor. Alcohol followed texture. Not as a blunt force, but as lift, raising the fruit, warming the edges, carrying the experience upward by 2 or 3 degrees. The winemaker watched closely. Don't swallow yet. Sage held the wine. It changed again. The first impact softened. The fruit deepened. The warmth spread. The tannin appeared, not as taste exactly, but as grip, a quiet drying pressure, like the wine leaving fingerprints. "What is that?" Sage asked. "Structure," said the winemaker. "The part that teaches the fruit to stand up." The other older cellar hands smiled. No one else spoke. For a few seconds there was only stillness, not awkward stillness, shared stillness, the kind humans create when they are trying not to break something beautiful. Then the winemaker nodded. "Now." Sage swallowed, and discovered the third experience. The wine moved down his throat with warmth and weight, cleansing and carrying, as if it had left one final message on the way through. The ride ended somewhere deep inside him, but the flavor did not stop. It echoed. It returned through breath. It lingered behind the mouth, behind the nose, behind thought. Then came a strange sadness. The sip was gone. Sage looked down at the glass, but the wine was still there. The red glow looked back at him, alive, waiting, almost teasing. The old winemaker saw the look. "That," he said, "is why people come back." Sage did not answer immediately. He looked at the bottle, then the glass, then the vineyard outside, then the faces around him. He understood now that wine was not just liquid, it was time, held briefly. It was soil made sensory. It was weather made visible. It was work made beautiful. It was a grower's risk, a winemaker's vision, a barrel's patience, a label's promise, and a moment's invitation. It was cane into soil, bud on vine, flower, grape, bunch, nature, decision, barrel, bottle, occasion, place, friends, experience. The old winemaker raised his glass slightly. "Now you know the first lesson." Sage looked at him. "What is the second?" The winemaker smiled. "That every glass tells a story, but only if someone teaches you how to listen." Sage lifted the glass again. This time he did not analyze first. He listened. And somewhere in the quiet, between the vineyard and the glass, between the old man's hands and the young mind awakening, wine became more than dream. It became human.